The UFC has been on a generational run lately. We've had the White House card, we've had Conor McGregor, and now we have two former champions, two of the best middleweights in the world, fighting it out in Oklahoma City. And this is a breakdown of what I think is going to happen. I've done an in-depth prediction, and I believe that Dricus Du Plessis is going to lose to Kamaru Usman. Hot take, I know. I'm not just trying to farm engagement. It's a genuine belief of mine. Kamaru Usman is one of the best wrestlers we've ever seen in the UFC. He's the welterweight GOAT. The head kick was unlucky and unnatural and an intervention from above so that Leon Edwards could have done something with his life, because otherwise he would be a non-existent failure that no one gave a shit about. Kamaru Usman is the GOAT. If it wasn't for the head kick, he'd literally be the greatest of all time. He would literally be the greatest of all time. He would have probably went on to defend a couple more times and then moved up. And we see what he could do against Khamzat Chimaev on short notice. God knows what a younger, more in prime Usman can do when he's got momentum and a full training camp and time to bulk up. Kamaru Usman would have been the GOAT if it wasn't for that head kick landing. It is what it is. I believe that he still has what it takes to hang in there with the best of the best. And another hot take of mine, this fight should be for the belt. This fight should be for the title. They should strip Sean Strickland, because no one gives a shit about him. And quite frankly, they should give the title to the winner of DDP versus Usman, because at the end of the day, Dricus Du Plessis, as much as you want to call that first fight a robbery, has two victories. Two victories over Sean Strickland. Kamaru Usman has one, fair enough, it was at welterweight, it was a long time ago. Still victory. Both men have a combined 3 victories over the current champion. That is unheard of. That is unheard of in a number one contenders fight. These guys are the two best middleweights in the world. And the reason I say that is because Dricus, aside from losing to Khamzat Chimaev, has beaten some of the top contenders in the middleweight division. Kamaru Usman went up there on 13 days notice, upper weight class, and fought out a draw against Khamzat Chimaev. And even though the judges gave that fight to Khamzat, we all know that Kamaru Usman took that fight to a draw, and if it had gone 2 more rounds, we know he would have won a decision or finished Khamzat Chimaev. Khamzat Chimaev looked gassed. He honestly looked a lot like he looked in that Strickland fight. And so if Usman had a 5-round fight against him, or even a full training camp where he could push the pace more in that 3-round fight, he would have won that shit. Usman would have won that shit easily. So these are the best guys in the world. Kamaru Usman's a top middleweight right now. His work at 170 does matter, and his one-time stint at middleweight also matters, because we saw how, with context, legendary that performance was against Chimaev. This is a crazy fight, and I truly do believe that this should be for a belt. This should be for a belt. Kamaru Usman, Dricus Du Plessis, two best guys in the world right now. We see Sean Strickland out here dropping N-bombs, looking fat, out of shape. He's not a great fighter. He's honestly not a great fighter. He's not a good person, but he's also not a great fighter. We saw that fight against Chimaev. That fight against Chimaev was Chimaev losing that fight. That fight was not Sean Strickland winning that fight. It was Khamzat Chimaev losing it. And quite frankly, that is the story of Sean Strickland's career. When he won the belt against Adesanya, it was not him beating Adesanya. It was Adesanya not taking it seriously and being out drink driving, having fun in New Zealand, chilling with the belt after beating Alex Pereira. And at the end of the day, Sean Strickland is one of those guys who is an overrated bum, who gets a lot of hype and gets a lot of attention because he's edgy. But this is not a video about Sean Strickland, as much as I think he is a nothing champion and shouldn't be there. He is unfortunately the champ of the world right now. I believe the winner of DDP versus Usman should fight Strickland for the title. And whoever wins this fight, be it DDP or Kamaru Usman, because as much as I am confident in Usman taking this, it is close to a 60-40 fight. I'm leaning in the favor of Kamaru Usman, but it's a very close fight. Many could argue it's a 50-50. The fact that the odds are predominantly on Dricus Du Plessis, they're banking on the age factor, they're banking on the knees being cooked. It's extremely disrespectful to Kamaru Usman's skill level and his status as one of the greatest of all time. This is close to a 60-40 fight, so either man can realistically take it. The winner will fight the champ, Sean Strickland, and the winner will be the champ. The winner is the champ. At the end of the night, the winner of this fight is the champion. UFC Oklahoma. It's a major bout, and people should be excited. People should be excited. There's some interesting fights beneath it. You've got Jared Cannonier versus Christian Leroy Duncan. And then you've got Chase Hooper versus some bloke. Tabitha Ritchie's on there. It's a good fight night, and especially considering we've just come from the White House to McGregor, it's a nice come down. It's a nice little come down. The main event is very strong. The undercard is pretty good for a fight night. At the end of the day, it's pretty good for a fight night. And then the week after, we've got Magomed Ankalaev versus Bogdan Gustov. The UFC has been on an absolute generational run. And I truly do believe that Kamaru Usman will go out there this weekend and put a beat down on Dricus Du Plessis. If you like this kind of content, why not flick me a subscribe? Why not flick me a like? I would really appreciate it. I'm trying to hit 200 subscribers by the end of this month. Kamaru Usman will take it. This is a super fight. It's an underrated super fight. I'm glad the UFC is stacking their cards this year. They've gone from banger to banger to banger. And, realistically, this fight is major. This fight is huge. It's not getting the hype it deserves. It truly could be for a title. If Strickland was injured, this could easily be an interim title fight. This could easily be a vacant title fight if Strickland was not there. It's an extremely, extremely compelling matchup, and I truly do think Kamaru's just going to get it done. He's got the wrestling credentials. We've seen Dricus outpointed, outmatched on the ground. His takedown defense leaves a lot to be desired. His striking leaves a lot to be desired. The only thing I worry for is Usman's knees, the way he kind of reaches for takedowns now instead of lunging at them because of his cooked cartilage. At the end of the day, that's not going to make a shred of difference. Kamaru Usman has the lighter man skill. He has the skill level to beat most middleweights today. I think he would have beaten Adesanya in Adesanya's prime if they had fought. Obviously, they're boys. That's not going to happen. We've seen time and time again what happens when the lighter man moves up. Paulo Costa moving up to 205. Robert Whittaker moving up to 205. These guys are all insanely good, and lighter man skill truly is a thing in the UFC. When a guy comes up a little bit smaller, maybe he's outsized, maybe he's outweighed, he can be faster, he can be quicker, he can be more on top of their game. And Kamaru Usman has got what it takes. This is a huge fight, a super fight, one of the weirdest super fights in the UFC right now. A former champ, two of the greatest of all time. You've got the greatest welterweight of all time versus arguably the second greatest middleweight of all time, depending on whether or not you rank him above Adesanya. An insane matchup by the UFC. Really getting slept on a lot by the fans. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. Like and subscribe. Thanks for listening to my breakdown. Kamaru Usman's going on a run. I made a video predicting every UFC champion in 2027. Kamaru Usman, I said, was going to be the middleweight champ of the world. He's going to beat Du Plessis. He's going to go ahead and beat Strickland. He's going to beat up on DDP because DDP's a bum, and DDP by falling piano or DDP by this sort of work is not going to happen. He's a bum. He's an auralist loser. At the end of the day, I've said that 3 times, Kamaru Usman is going to take it. Easy. Like and subscribe. I'll see you boys later. Usman would literally be the GOAT of the sport if it wasn't thanks to Leon Edwards. Luckily, head kicking him in the head. That's a fact. I'll see you boys later. Much love.